not that chilly.
Is it almost done?
I think so.
Oh, I'm so hungry. I can't wait to eat.
That's groovy. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it looks pretty hot.
Oh, it's too hot to eat! Oh, what a mess.
That's groovy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, boys and girls, if you do believe in God, then you do believe that God had created music to soothe the soul of us people, us men and women. And if you do believe in God, then God sent us these two next performers as angels to fulfill our obligation of providing music to the soul. And so, folks, I'm going to share this wisdom with you tonight, the Dulcimer Girls.
Now when the light of reason fails, fire
Wow, the Dulcimer Girls. This is incredible, isn't it? Some beautiful music from some beautiful women. And tonight I have with me Laura and Jamie. And Laura, you know, you've been on the show before, but real quickly, why don't you just tell us the story about how you and Jamie got together?
I met Jamie, and she played guitar, and I played dulcimer. So I said, I want to learn guitar. How about we trade lessons? So we did, and I was teaching her a song by Laura Allen named Old Ways, and I said, you hold the melody, and I'll play a harmony part, and let's see how that goes. And it sounded really good. We looked at each other and said, we should be in a band. So that's how it came about.
It's funny how that works sometimes, you know, out there. It's fate has a funny way of working, that's for sure. And so, Jamie, what are your influences?
Well, I think a lot of people our age were probably influenced by Joni Mitchell's use of the dulcimer on her groundbreaking album Blue. It's where a lot of people were introduced to it. But before that, I think Laura and I were both part of the folk scare of the 60s and early 70s. And people like Jean Ritchie were introducing the dulcimer. She came out of Kentucky and introduced it to a much wider audience. And Richard Farina, we did songs by both of those artists in the performance tonight.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, you guys have done some recording, I'm pretty sure. Do we have a copy of that here somewhere? I think we can get that over here on camera one. The Strange Ways Here We Come. And I've actually been hearing a lot of this on the radio. Heck, let's just get back to the music. Why waste any more time yapping? Here's Laura and Jamie, the Dulcimer Girls.
When I was a curly-headed baby, my daddy sat me down upon his knee. He said, son, you go to school, you learn your letters. Don't you be no dusty miner boy like me. 'Cause I was born and raised at the mouth of the Hazard Holler, where the coal cars rolled and rumbled past my door. Now they stand in rusty royalty, because the L&N don't stop here anymore. I used to think my daddy was a black man with script enough to buy the company store. Now he goes to town with empty pockets, and his face is white as February snow. 'Cause I was born and raised at the mouth of the Hazard Holler, where the coal cars rolled and rumbled past my door. Now they stand in rusty royalty, because the L&N don't stop here anymore. Last night I dreamed I went down to the office to get my payday like I done before. Them old kudzu vines was covering the doorway. There was grass and leaves growing straight up through the floor. 'Cause I was born and raised at the mouth of the Hazard Holler, where the coal cars rolled and rumbled past my door. Now they stand in rusty royalty, because the L&N don't stop here anymore. I never thought I'd learn to love the coal dust. I never thought I'd long to hear those temples roar. Oh God, I wish that grass would turn to money, and those greenbacks would fill my pockets just once more. 'Cause I was born and raised at the mouth of the Hazard Holler, where the coal cars rolled and rumbled past my door. Now they stand in a rusty row, empty, because the L&N don't stop here anymore. Because the L&N don't stop here anymore. Because the L&N don't stop here anymore.
Hey, boys and girls, tonight I've got this special treat of announcing a sponsor. How far and in between do we get sponsors? Well, you know, it's one of the greatest things we can get here at Community TV is when a business is so nice enough to help make these shows possible. And tonight I've got to get a special big giant super hug out, group hug, and a super thanks to the Community Music School. The Community Music School is located up in...
Well, it's kind of a virtual school, actually. They have office space, I think, down in Santa Cruz, but classes take place everywhere. And the event that's part of the Community Music School that's special and near and dear to our hearts is the Redwood Dulcimer Day, which happens in Boomeria, which is the estate of Preston and Sarah Boomer, and they open up this area every summer to a variety of events, but the one that we're interested in is the Redwood Dulcimer Day, and it's an amazing place to go sit under a redwood tree and study music in a beautiful environment.
Well, I know the community school has, music school has a lot of programs. One of them is a kids' summer camp. Is that correct? Where we got a bunch of kids that get together and do stuff. Ben, we got those pictures? There, look at those wonderful kids having a great time out there. And then there's also a teen program where teens can get involved, learn music, be part of an orchestra. And then, you know, for us old fogies who are having their mid-age crisis and want to start some new profession, we got a adult program for adults to learn how to play music. And then they sponsor concerts and stuff, too, like at the Kumba. You know, isn't that a wonderful thing?
Many wonderful artists associated with the Community Music School, and they bring in traveling and touring musicians and artists as well. And they are a 501c3 organization, so if you purchase their Dulcimer Collection CD or make a donation to them, it is tax deductible.
Well, that's great. And you guys can go online and get some information about the Community Music School and support them in any way you can. And thank you so much for being our sponsors tonight. Well, back to the music. Here they are, the Dulcimer Girls.
Sorry, Sandy. I won't do it again. This sounds off. That's better. It was sounding dull. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay, stand by.
3, 2, oh wait,
Stand by.
I'm getting it slowly but surely.
All right, we're ready when you are.
3, 2, 1. She takes us wonders under her wing, sings a song till the coming of the spring, fills our dreaming with wondrous delight, sings us songs far into the night. You were born naked, naked, naked you'll die. Angel of darkness, angel of mercy, take away the sorrow, oh yeah, take away the pain. The angel of bells, she knows your ring, wraps it round her shoulders and then she flaps up her wings. She'll take you flying, suddenly you wanna sing. The angel of bells, she knows your ring. You were born naked, naked, naked you'll die. Angel of darkness, angel of mercy, take away the sorrow, oh yeah, take away the pain. All you have to do is call out her name. She'll come to you because she loves all your silly games. She'll be dancing on the silver plain. The angel of bells, she knows your name. You were born naked, naked, naked you'll die. Angel of darkness, angel of mercy, take away the sorrow, oh yeah, take away the pain.
Oh, man, I am just enjoying the dickens out of this tonight, and I know you are at home. I don't even have to ask you because you wouldn't be watching the show if you weren't liking it. So thank you so much for tuning in and enjoying this with us. And, boy, we just got so much to talk about right now. All kinds of stuff coming up here. You got some gigs coming up?
Well, we have a lot of private parties. We do weddings and house concerts, and we think that we're going to be doing the Brookdale Bluegrass Festival in December of 2010.
Oh, boys and girls at home, Brookdale, California. You know, that's my second favorite spot in the whole planet. You got to make it. When is that?
That's the first weekend in December, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Now, is that a bluegrass festival or blues grass and grass and blues?
Well, it is a bluegrass festival, and of course, what Laura and I do together as Dulcimer Girls is not strictly bluegrass, but it's falls in the hardly strictly category of old-timey and traditional folk music. So sometimes they let us slide in under that category.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, are you going to do some more recording anytime soon?
I wouldn't say soon, but we are working on new tunes, and we played a couple of them tonight, so we have more work to do. But the recording we did lately was the Redwood Mountain Dulcimer All-Star Collection, and we did one tune on it. They wanted an instrumental only, and it was very difficult to pull that off because my fingers and my voice seem to go together. So when I'm not singing, it's a little harder to concentrate, but I'll let Jamie tell you about Redwood Dulcimer Day.
Okay, well, let's real quickly now. You guys have one song on this collection?
Yes, it's a compilation CD, and as Laura said, it's all instrumental. Instrumentals where dulcimer is the featured instrument, and we do our song Wayfaring Stranger, which Laura features the electric slide dulcimer that was made for her by a luthier named Rick McKee here in Santa Cruz.
I thank Rick so much. I love my slide dulcimer.
Now, that was pretty unusual. I don't think I've ever seen one of those before.
I don't think anybody has one that I know of. I went to Rick one day and said, you know, I want to play like Bonnie Raitt stuff. How can we make one of these instruments a slide? And he said, well, show me what you had in mind. And I stood up and moved my fingers around with a bottle slide, and it kept clunking on the frets. So he said, oh, that's easy. We just need to raise up the bridge and the nut and put electronics in there. No problem. And he did a beautiful job.
That is incredible. Congratulations. You know, you two are just truly something. So let's get back to the music because that's what we're here for. Here they are, Laura and Jamie, the Dulcimer Girls. Well, that brings us to a close of another night of Spilly Chile's Bowl of Rocks. And I can't thank Jamie and Laura enough for coming down and putting on a great show for us. Got to thank Community TV for letting us do this show. Have to thank the world's most prolific crew. I can never get that right. Yes, they are prestigious and prolific. And tonight I had Ben Baker directing, and Sandy did the lights and the sound. We had Bobby Ackerley on camera, Dave Goldman on camera, Merlin came down to help out on camera, and of course the fabulous Becky Armour roaming around with that hand cam. What a great bunch I have. And so don't forget our sponsor tonight, Community Music School. Support them in any way you can. What a lot of fun to go up there and play during the summertime in one of those camps. Gosh, I sure wish I could afford something like that. Maybe next year. Santa might bring it for me for Christmas. So anyway, folks, happy holidays. Got nothing but great stuff coming up. I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.